Hey Matt, have you seen the Kardashian thing? Like, are you wearing one of those?
I did. Skims for men. Nicholas, would you wear Kim Kardashian underwear?
Oh my God, I think I will. All right, let's go live.
Okay.
All right, hello everyone, and this is the second episode of the V-Commerce Show, the show with Nico and Matt. I'm Nico, your co-host. I'm with currently with eStreamly, Livestream, and Shoppable Video, and Matt is with E6 Marketing, the company that get you on QVC and HSN. So excited to have you, Matt. How are you doing today?
Nicholas, excellent. It's been a fun, busy week. A lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, don't tell me about it. It's been really crazy. I was looking at the news, preparing for the show. I was like, oh my god, there's so much to talk about. Why don't you take it on and kind of tell us what the show is about?
Yeah, so this is called the V-Commerce Show. It's a live chat show discussing hot topics related to video commerce. Video commerce in our world is the storytelling platform that was created over 40 years ago with HSN and QVC and has evolved into an engaging direct response commerce through your TV, computer, and even your phones. At its best, this show, the V-Commerce Show, we hope you're having fun watching and listening to us talk. And at best, we hope you gain a knowledge and an understanding of how this video commerce platform works and how maybe you can get involved as a creator yourself. So, Nicholas, let's get started.
Yeah, and I will say for the audience, we had an overwhelming response so far on our first show last week. So if you want to chat, tell us where you're coming from and want us to know something about you, feel free. We'll see if we can bring your comments on. So yeah, the first news of the week for me is, remember like last week we were talking about actually the sports industry going streaming and live streaming, right? And that really, I really enjoyed that conversation. And guess what? Today, I mean, not today, but like this week, there was the big announcement from TikTok going IRL, right? In real life, like creating a real physical festival, music festival, where it will. So this festival is going to be in December in Arizona, in December 10 in Arizona, and they have some of their best TikTok music stars that are going to do like an amazing show. And this show will also be live streaming, so for sure that everyone can attend there. But I found it so fascinating, right? That like, here you go, we've got a digital company actually going IRL. I don't know. I just found it so fascinating.
It makes sense. It makes sense. What's her name? Oh my God. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. She's been in my conscious, my forward thinking conscious a lot lately because she's involved with a professional athlete and that whole thing of watching her, watching football, and all of this. And then my daughter and my wife went to see her movie. Not went to the concert. They went to see her movie. The whole thing, the transitioning, the TikTok world, the young consumer world, transitioning into the music industry, to me was the next step. It's like a natural evolution to where this customer is. So it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I found it very fascinating, and I don't know. I just felt let's start with something like that. And obviously Taylor Swift. I have to say Taylor Swift is more than in front of my head. I have 3 daughters, and they always told me about Taylor Swift. At least two of them, because one is 2 years old, so she doesn't think Taylor Swift yet. But the other two are like, we want to see the movie. We want to. Oh my god, it's been
I,
amazing.
I don't quite understand it. I don't quite understand it myself, but it's amazing, and I'm fascinated with how it builds such energy around the entire thing.
I think
Um,
it's called great marketing.
it's amazing marketing. So speaking of sports, so I found this article, and I wasn't following this brand before, but now I am. It's called DAPS Sports. DAPS Sports is a trading card memorabilia sports company that's got over almost 1 million TikTok followers. So this guy, Matt McGluckin, who is the founder of the company, started in just 2019, and already he's through TikTok, he's earning $20 million, $20 million over 2 years. So from
Wow,
January 22 to September 23, 19.4 million. Just this
crazy.
calendar year, 12 million. And it's, I think what I read all through TikTok, and the article that I read was like he went to where his consumer was, and that's where they are. So he's blown up this whole space. And I was so funny. I was at QVC in the green room for a few hours yesterday, talking to someone that created the sports memorabilia category at QVC. He helped get the Mickey Mantle and big time celebrities into the QVC building 25 years ago, well before all the TikTok craze, well before all this memorabilia went through the roof. It's been around for probably 3 decades of selling sports memorabilia. This guy created a company 3 years ago, and he's killing it.
Yeah.
He's killing it. It just blows me away how big that concept is.
It's crazy, right? I mean, like if you think about what TikTok is doing for the commerce, right? They really the whole ecosystem is really meant for commerce. So that's really enabling. And then I think the power of what you're saying is really go where your customer are, right? Engage where they are. If they're on TikTok, then just go on TikTok and nail it. If they're on Facebook, then go on Facebook and nail it. I've seen like some amazing show. Actually, there was one this week that I watched. I was like blown away by the velocity and all that, right, of sales. And the person was on Facebook. Amazing, right? Just connect where your audience is. I think so powerful.
I believe. And one last thing on that TikTok sports thing. Barstool Sports announced, or I guess TikTok announced, that they are the first company to reach 6 million followers on TikTok.
Oh.
6 million followers. They're the very first company, Barstool Sports. So that's where this young consumer is. There's no doubt about it. TikTok is a part of the DNA. I think if you're a young influencer or a young creator, you have to consider that platform.
Yeah, absolutely. And the next news for me, and we were when the preparation of the show, we talked about it, and then we were doing the rundown. I forgot about it, but there's actually something pretty big that happened in the space. I don't know if you saw, but Supergreat is unfortunately going to shut down their door. I think it's for December 1st or December 15th. For the one that don't know Supergreat, this is like this live shopping platform for referral for the most part. So you're a creator and you can do UGC and then start talking about a couple brands. I think Ulta was one of the brands that there was there. And I don't know, I just feel sad because Supergreat was this platform that was, first of all, they had raised some significant capital. People were loving it. I think they had like 200,000 users. So it's not like a nobody place, right? So it was a marketplace. I think the challenge that they were having was the whole economic of it, right? It's like it's very hard to be a marketplace. And I think they were only taking 10 or 20% cut on a $40 product. It's not a lot. And I was reading a little further in the article, and there is also something that was kind of making me thought about some of the conversation we had together on the podcast previously. In 2021, at the peak of sales, I don't know if the article had the later data, but at least that's what the data was showing. It was saying that they were generating $60 per minute. So very far from the the standard by QVC on the dollar per minute. So that makes also very difficult, right? To run a video business where unfortunately video is expensive, and so I don't know what your thoughts are, but I want to address to the team of Supergreat. I think you've done a super great job and keep at it. And I'm super happy for you that actually Whatnot has offered you to come and join them, because it's a really awesome company as well.
I saw something else where another company got absorbed. Pop Shop Live got absorbed by Comet Sold this past week, or at least it was announced this past week. It's a space that obviously blew up, and there's a lot of vertical and a lot of people doing similar things. As I said to you before, I think like it's going to definitely thin out, and the cream will rise in the end. But it's just a great platform to learn how to do this, to learn how to sell through social media, to learn what video commerce is about, to learn about storytelling and blueprints and making sure everything you say is well said and well done, and being professional, and all that for the young creators and young influencers. It's a great platform, no matter what platform you're on. Obviously, TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, they're the big leader spaces, but you could also do it on your own website. You could do it on your
Yeah.
own social. There's a lot of different ways to do it. So a little, unfortunate news about the thinning, a little thinning of the herd out there in the space, but in the end, hopefully it's good for the consumer.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, listen, right? As an entrepreneur, we kind of knew that, right? Because everyone talks about what's going on in China and how it's been picking off. But at the beginning in China for the live shopping space, 3 years before it started to really pick off, there was 300 company battling for the spot, right? And in the
300.
end, yeah, that's the numbers I read. By year two, there were only 100, and then by year three, I think only 10
Yeah.
survived altogether. So, I mean, there will be consolidation. I think the best we can hope for the people that are working in this space is to find another really awesome company you can onboard on, and then bring your drive there, and then make this space better. I think that's the best hope we can share with everyone.
I agree, and this leads me into our next topic, and something I was thinking about last night. Joy Mangano, who is a big name in the home shopping space, she was on QVC and has been on HSN probably for over 30 years. She came back a couple of years ago. She left. She's the woman that the movie Joy was based after, which was a very cool behind the scenes kind of look at home shopping. Jennifer Lawrence starred in that movie. She's recently partnered with Pitbull the singer, to help promote and sell her cleaning brand called Clean Boss. And that led me down a funnel of finding an article about Kim Kardashian. And Kim Kardashian, her Skims brand, which is huge, she recently opened up a division of Skims for men. And I asked in the green room last night with one of our bigger social media influencers that worked for the beauty brand. I said, would your husband wear Kim Kardashian underwear? Does your husband know anything about Skims for men? And she was explaining to me how all these NFL, NBA, and celebrity, one guy, NFL, Bosa, NBA, there was a guy that plays, I forget where he plays, a young man, I think a second year NBA player, and then a really big soccer player named Nomar, were all connected to the Kim Kardashian men's underwear line. And I was fascinated by it. I'm like, I know of Kim Kardashian. I know what she brings to the influencer world, but her to break out into the men's category, I was just asking, is this going to work? And I'll ask you that same question. Well, can Kim Kardashian sell men's underwear?
Well, I mean, in the end, who is the customer, right? I mean, the ultimate customer is the man, right? But who is the one buying it? I personally, I mean, I'll be completely, fully transparent. And if my wife is watching, I hope I'm not putting you under the bus, but I'm not buying any clothes for myself. Like, my wife is
Yeah.
doing all my shopping. And I will tell you, like, if she resonates with Kim Kardashian, and she may say, hey, why am I not buying this from? So, I mean, I think there's maybe some of that. But I do think that what's super important is that I think we're seeing that in the creator economy, right? It's a lot of creators are actually going and creating brands, creating merch. There's actually company funding you for that. Like, there are like VCs that are going to put like actual real art capital, and not 20K or something, like actual millions, to help you grow and become a brand. So I'm not surprised about this, honestly. And something maybe to that I saw that I think that could be interesting in the conversation. There was this survey from Creator IQ, and the survey was saying like 66% of creator drive more ROI than digital advertising without any featuring creators on it. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then if the same question were to be asked to agencies, actually agency was saying it's 82%. So um, at the end of the day, the creator is actually able to drive sales and revenue. And so, you know, if she feel that that's the right thing for her. Now, I will say that, and I think we've talked about this. Like sometimes they are failed too, right? Like it's not because you're a creator and you have a great and you think you have a product, but if your audience doesn't resonate with it, it fail. I think Mr. Beast was talking about his burger, right? The Mr. Beast burger. He say, well, it fell because supply chain and everything was too complicated. We couldn't make it work. It just fell, right? So not every business will succeed, but I think there's like more and more of those that are going to come up.
I read Kristen Bell had a brand, actress, and that did not work recently. So
Oh wow.
I don't believe the celebrity influencing has a great deal to do with it. In my world with QVC and HSN, they brought in a lot of celebrities over the years, and sometimes they're impactful, and sometimes they last, and other times they're a flash in the pan. In fact, the Kardashians have been on QVC, selling wares, selling fashion, and they maybe had a 3 or 4 year window. And in the end, it's got to be a great product. So I always talk about to creators and to people that want to sell through video commerce. You got to have basically 3 things. You got to know your customer and know where they are. So if it's through social media, through TikTok, through your own website, in brick and mortar retail, or digital video commerce like home shopping, HSN and QVC, go to where they are. Next thing is discounting is king. So you got to offer a great value because she's a passive viewer, especially in the social media space. So you got to grab her attention, and it's got to be a great deal. And the third thing is, and this is the most obvious, the product has to be great. You can't just sell junk. It's got to be great, and the customer has to come back. And you sell a great product, and you're proud of what you sell and what you offer. That customer is going to come back, and you're going to grow your business and have it be a long-standing business.
Yeah, I love that. I will say just also is like you have to engage with your community, right? If you're just like this person that say nothing, you're just good in photos, do 1 or 2 movies here and there, and people just love you, but that's it. I think, if you are like a creator, maybe not as well known, but like you're like super engaged with the community, people can chat with you all the time, or they know that you're here for them or anything, then it's also going to drive sales in a much significant way.
There's a couple brands I want to talk about before we wrap it up. But one is a brand that launched on QVC this past week called Stolfus Meats. It's a Dutch-inspired meat purveyor out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is where the Amish are from. And the gentleman that represented Stolfus Meats is a 3rd generation purveyor of Stolfus Meats. His name is Zach Stolfus. He had never been on QVC before. We went through a couple training sessions in advance. He knocked it out of the park and sold out his practically sold out all of his ship dates and all of his product within 7 or 8 minutes of airtime on Wednesday night. And he was the most genuine, one of the most genuine guests I can remember. He was just modest and smooth and talking about his product, talking about his grandparents and how they founded the company. And he was great. And he was an example of, you get someone connected to the brand and they could tell their own story, it connects with the customer. Now, the other side of things, I work with a lot of, you would call them influencers. Sometimes we call them hired guns. Hired guns is an affectionate term where people hire professional storytellers to sell their products, and they're exceptional. All you have to do is explain the brand to them, and they know the dynamic of selling on television. So there's a balance. So when you're thinking about selling or selling your product or working with someone, like, is it more genuine coming from yourself and you could tell your own origin story and kind of speak of where you came from and where you are? Or is it better to hire someone and bring someone in that knows the language, that knows how to interact in this regard with video commerce, and they could be as professional as you want and they'll tell your story? So that there's no 2 companies that are alike. But I just wanted to highlight Stolfus Meats. Zach did an amazing job on Wednesday, and hopefully he'll have a long-standing future with QVC.
That's amazing. That's so great to hear. It's like, for a lot of those brands, like going to QVC is, I know, having talked to so many, is a commitment, but it's also like a part of like an anxiety. Like, am I going to be successful on stage? And like, going and then selling out, you're like, okay, I'm gonna knock it apart. I have product market fit. I have everything. Now I'm on the ride for the great.
And Zach was flying high coming off the set. Even before he realized how successful he was, he just had such a an adrenaline rush working with the host. The hosts were amazing. Rachel Bosing and Alberti Popage, they were amazing with him. But I'm bursting with pride with working with him. He did such a great job just the other day.
That's
It
amazing.
was great. Yeah.
So my special shout out, not a brand for today, but just to let you know, everyone, that we have moved our community, which was the live e-commerce community, from Circle to LinkedIn to be where you are, actually. So that's the same way we do this show here on LinkedIn and on other platform. So if you want to join the community, you will be welcome. You have a lot of really awesome people that are very passionate about the space, coming from all over the world. It's a small community that's growing, and we have been having that for a year. And so please comment, tune in. I'll put that in the description of the chat. And yeah, Matt, we're coming up on time, and like it's been another amazing show. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next week again.
No, this is a space that is always moving and shaking, so I'm happy to be part of this show.
That's awesome. So, folks, you will be able to find us on multi places, on LinkedIn. We just tried to Twitter today. We'll see how that goes. You also have the show available on your YouTube. And as usual, on the podcast, the live e-commerce podcast. So we're publishing a bonus episode on the Friday. If you have any comments, if you want to share, if you want to like, please let us know. Tell us what we could do better for the next show. And, maybe we'll have you also on that show sometime. All right. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see you soon.
Have a great weekend.